right, so tonight we are playing...
Okay, wow, that really did not sound like Star Trek.
Star Trek Adventures, the Modiphius 2D20 Star Trek Adventures game. And we're going to... And this is the starter set. So this is the starter set that includes the starter campaign, A Star Beyond the Stars. And we're going to be playing the first... the first part. So part one is the Alcubierre.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with Romulans, despite the Romulan ship on the cover.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, right. That's a pretty dead giveaway. Yeah, so this is a starting adventure that Modiphius says in the introduction is intended for first-time players, novice, GMs, but we've played the 2D20 system a little bit, and we've played together a bit before, but
we haven't played Star Trek, though.
We haven't played Star Trek, right.
Yeah.
And this is this will be a test of kind of how this adventure is laid out and how well they kind of spell things out, because they said it's intended to be, of course, built for learning, so you do things as you need to do them, and things kind of build up. The only thing that I thought was, I guess they have to make a choice about what to include and what not to include. But the thing that's not included in here is social conflict. So conflict as far as combat is included in here. And I guess it's because people may be coming from D&D or something that is very combat heavy. But this system penalizes you for combat. So lethal attacks, you're actually generating threat for the game master, and it's actually can hurt you because you're just giving reinforcements and kind of complications to the GM as you do things. So you have to be very aware of when to do that and if it's ever worth it. so that's an interesting difference. So we won't be getting into any social conflict. So if that comes up, you guys can try. I mean, you can roll for it, but I don't know.
Nope, we'll keep it all to physical conflict.
Right? Yes. So we're playing part one. So this is three interlinked adventures that can be kind of a launching point for a longer campaign. And the first part of that is the Alcubierre, and we're playing Act 1, The Lost Ship. And the way that they structure things is they're based on scenes. And so we'll play a scene, and then at the end of the scene, that will kind of affect momentum points. Like you lose a momentum point that's been generated at the end of a scene, and you probably get a chance to kind of pause and heal and kind of plot your next steps.
Okay. Alcubierre.
Alcubierre, yeah, Alcubierre.
Alcubierre, okay,
Yeah,
I've always pronounced it Alcubierre.
Alcubierre.
I actually know what that means.
Yes, Miguel Alcubierre.
Yeah. I've got to Google it on Alcubierre.
Oh, nice. Yes, so that's the name of the ship that we will introduce shortly.
Awesome.
But so the GM starts with 2 points of threat per player. Mm-hmm. So I'll start with 4 points of threat, and you start with, I don't have specific tokens for it, but a point of determination, which is an auto roll 1. So it's 2 successes.
The two of us?
The group as a group.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys, you group over there. The players start with a single point of determination, and determination can be spent to give you.
You're on top of things tonight.
Can be spent to give you an automatic 2 successes in an important situation. But when you roll more successes than you need, you're going to be generating momentum, and momentum has an economy in the game that we'll get into as it comes up. But anytime there's extra successes, you'll receive momentum points, and that's the thing that disappears. That one disappears at the end of every scene.
Okay.
All right, so are we ready to
so.
get started? Yeah, so we'll try to run this as a learning session as it's intended in the starter set, because I think they walk through things really well. And I'll try to make sure that I get all the vocabulary right on all the terms, so you'll know exactly what's going on in the scene, but we'll also be playing through the adventure. All right.
So I'm playing medical officer, and I'm a Vulcan, and my name is Lieutenant T'Prel.
Your name is Lieutenant.
No, I said T'Prel.
All right. Wow.
I am a Lieutenant Junior grade. My name is Hanor Dell, and I am a Trill Dell symbiont. I guess Dell is the symbiont's name. And I've had 4 lifetimes of adventure, so I'm old as. Yes, and I am the chief engineer of the Magellan.
2 reasons? Oh, you're 12. Okay. Insight. I'm just seeing what 4 lifetimes of adventure has given you.
Apparently not much more than
Less
Lieutenant
insight
Junior
than
grade,
me, yeah. So, all right, yeah, and I am not a big Star Trek fan. I don't hate it. So I might not be so familiar with all of
I'm a
the concept.
huge Trekkie,
Right. So we're leaning heavily on Chris if we're screwing up the lore.
but I'm
or-
probably one who knows the system the least.
Oh, right,
It's a
I
good
think
balance.
this is set around Next Generation.
It looks like
Yes.
the uniforms are next
Right.
gen, like the end
Yeah.
season of next gen stuff.
Yeah, and the Galaxy class starship is like a Next Generation.
Right.
Pulling out those terms, well done.
I can read. I'm not a Star Trek fan, but I can read. Yeah.
And does the star date kind of tells you what era you're in, right?
Yeah, but if you said it, I'd be like,
Yeah, right. If you know, yeah. So so we're assuming because that's the default setting. So Next Generation is the default setting for Star Trek Adventure. So
Right.
I would assume in the starter set that's where they would put you.
Does it say a start date?
It does. I will be reading that
Oh,
shortly.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
guess
I
I'm
thought it
jumping the
was
gun. Yeah.
I thought it was so clever. I'm like, I'm going to start with the captain's log, and it's like, they printed it for you right here.
I
Yeah,
did Patrick
Log.
Stewart voice. Captain Law.
that's right. Yeah, who is the captain?
Replicator, give me some Earl Grey.
But not some wine. I grow that.
All right. Okay, so let's start Act 1. And so Captain's Log. Stardate 4751.4. We are in the remote Alcubierre sector, investigating the disappearance of the USS Alcubierre. After 3 days in the unpopulated region of space, we found a promising lead. Hours ago, long-range sensors detected a vessel and the presence of a subspace interference. The ship is several parsecs outside of Federation territory. The Alcubierre was on a special assignment, testing a new engine system designed to exceed Warp 5 without damaging subspace. I can only surmise that something went terribly wrong with this experiment. All right.
So, sorry.
Yes.
It was testing it because it was installed on the Alcubierre?
Yes.
Okay.
They have an experimental, so it's a test bed. The ship itself, the Alcubierre, is a test bed ship for this new warp system.
Okay.
If it's an Alcubierre drive.
Yes, it very could be.
That's not leading. Alcubierre is a Mexican scientist who proposed a way to exceed the speed of light
I didn't know that.
in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I guess what the first officer. So I guess we'll just the first officer.
There were 5 NPCs.
Yeah, we've got 5 NPCs. There's a first officer.
There's 5 characters to choose from.
Right.
First officer, security officer, con
officer.
Con officer. And we chose
Engineer.
engineer and medical officer.
Right.
Even in the Star Trek game, we're the nerds.
And so we've received that signal. So the first thing that we're going to need to do, because of the interference, there's no transporter, there's no communication. So the con officer has. There's been attempts to hail. Communication officer has attempted to hail the ship, and
Something like that? Something like that? Like a-
and there's been no response, and we're convinced that it's due to this subspace interference. So that's also going to eliminate the transporters. So we're going to have to take a shuttle. So let's assemble an away team.
Sorry, what?
Yes, we're going to have to take a shuttle to the signal, the ship that we've detected.
Oh, okay.
To investigate if this is in fact that
How
ship.
far is? How
Yes.
far is it?
There's a few parts. It's just outside of Federation space. It's several parsecs outside Federation space. So,
Into which space?
non-Federation space.
Ooh, on the edge of
Yes,
Romulan space.
Perhaps.
Oh.
Right. So we'll have to assemble a team to do this. So.
Are you playing the captain? Is he an NPC or she? An
Sure.
NPC?
Yeah, there isn't an NPC, but I mean, I guess that would probably be the easiest thing to do because I'll have to give instructions. So,
Do your best, Picard.
my best Picard. So, Lieutenant Zhang and I suggest you assemble an away team, and Zhang chooses, of course, the chief engineer, Engineer Dell, and the medical officer, DePrel, which will be the most effective team. And the first thing we're going to need to do is plot a course to the.
If there was an accident, then there
that
could
just-
be injuries. So Oh, of course. That
course.
would be the logical conclusion.
And if there's an accident, there could be damage, so I would be the logical conclusion
Right.
for that.
Yes. So we need to find
I
out.
don't recall you being a bog.
I'm just messing with you, Jabril,
All right. So.
because I'm old.
All right. Okay. So you're on. So you're on the shuttle. So the three of you, I guess, will. So the three of you are on the shuttle, and the first thing that needs to be done is use the ship's computer to plot a course.
Okay.
So who?
That would be the NPC.
Yeah.
Do that. I guess the NPC is going to roll for that. All right.
I'm reading a book.
All right. So somebody roll for the ship's computer. Yeah. So let's see. Attempt. So it'd be reason and con.
Con?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Reason and con for.
So yeah, in Star Trek there are Star Trek adventures. There are attributes, and there are disciplines.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you roll, you're rolling a task. So a task is an attribute and a discipline combination, and with some of your disciplines, you will have, or some skills, you will have focus, which it has the possibility of giving you additional successes. But what you're trying to do is roll successes, so over a target number on
Under.
I'm sorry, under a target number, equal to or under a target number on 2d20.
And that target number is determined by the combination of your attribute and discipline.
Right. So the target number will be con and I'm sorry, what did I say? Reason. So reason and con. So 10 and so 14. So
Okay.
the target is 14, and I guess that would give.
Really? I'd have a better one than that. The
Well,
con
would
officer.
you like the chief engineer? Would you like to?
Why not? I have a 15.
Oh,
So
nice.
14. So it's the 2d20 then?
Yeah,
All right.
2d20, and someone can also roll one d20 for the ship's computer as an assist.
Okay.
Go for it.
So this is a difficulty of 1, so you only need 1 success.
I have 3 successes because I'm awesome. Oh wait,
Excellent.
and then
Yes.
I have warp drive. Yeah, we're using the warp drive, so I have
Are we?
We're using navigation
It's
computer.
parsecs away, so we have to be using
Right.
warp drive.
Right. Well, we're not flying yet.
Okay.
We're just.
we're plotting.
Yeah, we're plotting.
We're
yeah.
plotting with the warp drive. No, I did 3
Does
successes.
this shuttle have a warp drive?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well,
Great. Okay, yeah, so with the assistance of the computer, so how assist works is someone rolls a single d20, and if they're equal to or under the target, that is added. But if no successes are generated in the initial roll, then there's nothing to add to, so it can't be added to 0.
Okay.
So
Not to drag the system, but does 3 success and a success 1, does that generate momentum?
yes, that would that will generate momentum. So I guess you've got determination and now 2 momentum in the pool because of those 2 successes.
Oh yeah.
And you can see, I think on the back of your sheet, they give a example of some of the spends. There's combat, so there's personal momentum spends that are done during conflict.
Okay.
And so that involves things like creating an opportunity, which will gain an extra 2d20, creating a problem, obtaining information.
Would you
Create
mind if we
advantage.
use the other NPCs just like as references? Because mine only has sensor tasks on the back.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let me see. Is there? Yeah. So here's some other.
Thank you.
Yeah. Other tasks.
Other things we can do.
jeez, Louise, that's completely different from mine.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody's
These
kids.
are
There we
the
go.
damage roll that's good to have.
I don't have that. I guess I'm not.
you have 35 combat actions, but no damage roll. I guess for sensors, like use mine. Wow, it's like we got a little computer in the Star Trek panel movie. It's so cool.
Yeah, they really leaned into the Star Trek aesthetic.
For filling up space.
Yeah,
Right.
filling up space, sure. Yeah, actually, it's like emergency override. Yeah, it needs to be pretty
Because
big.
it's a slide.
Yeah, mission status, like really drag that out.
All right. Okay, so if we are successful, then we're underway. So the
Yep.
the con
Makes
officer
sense.
will
Smash up.
the con officer will be our
Yeah, I guess so.
pilot. Yeah, that seems to be the best.
What's the mission status? Why would you need that long ago?
It's like a bar. It fills up like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously the computer knows how well you're doing.
All right. Okay, and you
There's
did
a tiny
generate-
override, like you have emergency override, and then like
With the
regular
the
override.
regular overrides.
Just override that. Emergency override. They probably just hit that all the time.
Right.
Just like there's been like 20 emergency overrides. Was there emergency? Well, we just
Not really. I meant to put flight control.
Yeah,
but...
we just kind of delete.
All right, and because you have 2 momentum, you can spend that 2 momentum to generate an advantage for the next roll, which will be piloting, because you're going to have to. Well, I guess the con officer will be flying the shuttle, but you can also save that for any upcoming roll. So spending those 2 momentum can give you an advantage, which reduces the difficulty by 1, so it'll make it difficulty 1 0.
Okay.
So keep that in mind, and of course that can also be used in combat. Okay, so we are underway.
Yay.
And because the course was plotted so amazingly,
Yeah, buddy.
you shortly arrive at the Alcubierre's coordinates. So once in visual range, and after fetching pizza,
Keep going. I'm off camera eating pizza.
once in visual range of the Oberth class starship, you see no signs of external damage. Still, the science vessel is adrift. All attempts at establishing communications go unanswered. What was that? Yes. Okay. The localized subspace interference scrambles sensor scans, renders transporters inoperable, but you need answers. Is anyone alive over there? What happened to them and their ship? So the only recourse is to send an away team in a shuttlecraft. Well, that's what we're doing. The away team in the shuttlecraft.
Oh, so this probe was from the...
Yeah, I guess from the Magellan itself. Yeah.
Magellan, yeah.
Right. So there are 2 directives on this mission, apart from the prime directive, which is always in effect. The first is to recover the missing USS Alcubierre, and the second is prevent Starfleet technology from falling into enemy hands. So because this was a test bed ship, there is sensitive technology on the ship that Starfleet wants to recover.
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 How big is this engine?
It's the whole ship. Oberth class size. Yeah.
How is this
We
Recover the ship.
We get on the ship, repair it, and fly it down.
Recover the ship should be recovered.
And that's why I'm just a medical officer. 'Cause I was like thinking about towing the
Or we blow it all up.
Do you think that's possible to repair this engine?
There's nothing I can't repair.
All right, and the cons officer reiterates that due to this
Sussing out a personality.
Yeah, me too. I was like, let's try Downton Abbey. And you're trying, that ain't none.
Deadwood.
Ain't fucking anything.
Can't get enough fucking power to fucking warp engines.
Should we fucking do it then?
Can I get a fucking lockup?
Okay, so mechanically, the subspace interference, it prevents transporters and scans, so you can't scan for life forms, and also this is going to prevent players from running any sensor scans, and yes.
All right.
And since you cannot obtain a sensor lock, you will not be able to use transporters. And finally, the player ship is not able to communicate in any way. So there's no signals or anything. All right. So since we have arrived, or I guess we have to. I guess we're piloting the ship. We're going to
flying
dock.
towards the.
So we're headed towards the target, and we need to. Do a pilot roll to actually dock with the Alcubierre.
Is the computer help?
Sure. Yeah. For piloting, yes. Yeah, I think we're gonna. Let's see.
Is there anything the computer can't help with?
Yeah, computer can help with everything. It's a very helpful computer. Assisted by the shuttles. The shuttles. So you're gonna. Yeah. Oh, for the.
I'll hover behind her and give advice. Look out for that asteroid.
So I guess we'll just use the target number. So a player will attempt. So I guess the con officer, should NPCs be rolling? So how are you with your control and your con?
I'm not a good pilot.
15.
Not 15. I'm 10.
Okay.
I come out as a 12.
Okay. So the con officer will will take a shot at this.
Logically, you would be the best pilot.
Yeah, I guess
Being a pilot.
the pilot is the best pilot in most cases. All right, so
Your logical deduction is incredible.
Would the chief engineer like to assist in surgery?
okay, 1 success and give me a roll. It's a 15 under 15. Okay, good. Okay, so that's 2.
Yeah.
2 successes. So another momentum.
So we docked? We actually docked?
We're approaching. No, we're
okay,
approaching. So this means we're successful. There's been no complications. We're not going to.
And this ship has like lights, like searchlights.
There
that
isn't
shine on the.
What we let's see what we see. Yeah, our ship does. Yeah.
So as we're approaching, does it look like the power is off on the ship?
It looks like the power. Yeah, it looks like the power's off, and it looks like the ship is adrift. And so plotting the course was plotting actually to make the connection, and the successful piloting means that we can. So we've plotted the best course to the docking port, and let's see and now we're approaching. So as the shuttlecraft nears the disabled Alcubierre, the main shuttle bay doors mysteriously open. So we're headed for the docking bay.
Without power.
Yeah, so we're headed for the docking bay.
Can I I don't know if this is I would know this without rolling, but in the sequence of things, right? So the lights are off. That's what's kind of indicating the engine's off, and then I guess we can assume that life support would be the last thing that would lose. Yeah. Right.
Right.
So like they would lose lights, but they would still have life support.
Right.
Where would the ability to open up the docking port be in that sequence?
That's just part of the mystery. Yeah. So you will find out. Yeah. So you would know that something extraordinary had to been done. Somebody is like manually in control of that, or doing something. Yeah, doing something on auxiliary power.
And they said it was foolish to install the manual cranks.
So that is because you're headed towards the docking bay, and the shuttle bay is opening. So,
is there a light?
Well, that's weird.
Okay. You're gonna do the description, sir?
Yeah. There's a description. So the con officer. So I recommend we adjust our heading away from the docking port, and safely land in the docking bay. So as we pull into the docking bay, the doors close behind us.
Oh well.
She just said that.
She did. She decided that this is the safest.
Lieutenant Commander. She wins.
So I recommend.
I'm like.
Right. So I recommend.
Okay.
Sir, are you sure that's okay?
I'm now like charging up the phaser.
Yeah, right. Tricorder? Nah.
The Hippocratic Oath? Nah. It's like.
It's time to do some harm.
So her best guess that the safest point of entry was the shuttle bay, and the doors close immediately behind us.
Good thing I have a stone face all the time.
I'd like to register my disagreement with that, sir.
All right. So as you land, you notice that there are 2 other shuttles. The Alcubierre's shuttles are in the shuttle bay itself. So 2 shuttles are present, but there's nothing else. No people, no signs of anybody. Or
okay, I'm gonna. Does anyone know how many shuttles this ship would have carried normally?
And I was just about to ask, are they shuttles or runabouts?
Shuttles. They are the Alcubierre's own shuttles.
You might be the one to answer my question.
Depends. What did you say? It was Excelsior class?
No, it's like a special class.
Special class?
Yeah, it's a special class. Yeah, Oberth class.
I have no idea what.
Yeah, Oberth class.
Okay. And Excelsior class would have how many shuttles?
Probably like 20-ish.
Okay.
Sorry.
And the bay itself is lit only by emergency lights.
Okay, well,
and is eerily deserted.
Okay, well,
I'm looking at the bay. Like,
I'm
how many docks?
Whip out my tricorder and do a scan for power signatures to see if there's something that could have opened the door for us.
Oh, okay.
It'd be good if I knew what a tricorder did. Besides everything.
Everything, yeah. Like subspace and tricorders. That's the Star Trek word for magic.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, so sorry. And one thing I should have gone over as well, and this is kind of an important part of each of the. Sorry. Let me double check. So we are. Oh, I guess it doesn't come into effect. So the locations. So locations have traits, and that creates the difficulties or advantages that you're going to have to deal with. And so this ship that you've just landed on is a location, but the landing in the shuttle bay is kind of end of scene, right? So that's kind of the end of the first scene. So so anything that's happened up to that point. So no more spends on momentum, and 1 momentum is lost from the end of the scene.
Okay.
That's cool to see.
And it was just getting our way here. So only 2 rolls, and I guess they're just trying. They're slowly kind of warming you up with the what it's going to take to navigate, what it's going to take to pilot. Okay.
Get a few easy rolls in.
Yes. Okay. So the group loses 1 momentum from the pool, and so now we are.
Break.
Yes. And now some insurance. Insurance commercials. Okay.
So does it look like there are missing shuttles in this bay? Like,
there are only 2 present, and it's eerily empty. So it looks like, I mean, there may very well be missing shuttles. You're not quite sure because this is kind of an experimental configuration.
Yeah.
You don't know the size of the crew that was on here and
Right.
really how many.
We didn't get that information.
No, you don't know. Yeah, I don't think you would know specifically. Yeah.
Roughly, how many crew members would have been on here? I didn't think to ask, but actually,
Yeah,
Right,
a
right,
very
right.
important question.
Yeah.
Right. So let's see.
It would have determined how many medical supplies I would have brought.
Let's see.
I estimate in a thing like this, 50% of the crew would be dead, unless there was a violence, which would reduce it to.
Jesus, woman.
Yeah.
One must always be prepared.
It doesn't.
I didn't know this character was going to be a Vulcan when I picked that. I just picked medical officer. I'm like, oh, Vulcan. I'm like, okay.
So I've got stats for ship, but I don't have the size. It doesn't go
Be
into
like Michael Half.
any of the. It doesn't go into any.
That's even more cliche than Vulcan is the half Vulcan.
Let me just double.
My human side.
Yeah, I don't have any numbers as far as the crew, and it's probably not going to be
Okay.
a
Yeah,
reliable number because it is just an experimental group that was all assisted in testing this warp.
Well, I figure our first priority should be to restore power on the ship, and then we can check the ship's log and see, try to find out what happened here. In any case, we'll need the power to get it moving again.
And that will mean we need to go to the engineering room.
Theoretically, I can do stuff.
Yes. And you brought
Okay,
an
well,
engineer.
as I said before, I'll take out my my tricorder and see if there is a power source nearby here that opened the doors.
Would these ships have like something like a little panel? Like I think I saw these in an episode where they like there's like a little panel and then they go like communication, like go Captain, we're here.
Oh, you would have short range. Yeah, probably short range communication. And,
No, but like like built into the wall.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a
Then they
control
have
room.
like things like they go but like not even a control room, but like little panels like where somebody will like press a button and go somebody to the sick bay or something like that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Where basically what I'm trying to do is like, is there something like a computer interface that we can access right here to see if we can access that.
Oh, okay.
And what that kind of gives us, kind of gauging like just how much power this place has.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
What kind of lights is it? Like one of those like red?
It's just red. Yeah. So before you disembark from the shuttle, let me just kind of go over about this location. Yeah. So the location. So now we're starting the scene 2, and that's aboard the ship itself. And so the Alcubierre is the location of the adventure. So it has so locations have
traits.
yes, traits. I'm gonna put this down. Locations have traits that will either be disadvantages or advantages, and can be changed, by restoring power or in various ways. So the 3 traits that this location has are subspace interference, which we already know about. So that will affect the away team. So your comm badges will not work to communicate with each other or any of the crew members of the Alcubierre. They only function on people and objects within arm's reach. Yeah, so you can use tricorders and medical devices only within arm's reach because of the interference. There's no reading. So if you were to make a a power source test or anything, you wouldn't see anything unless you were like standing right in front of it, unless you stay right in front of the source. So within reach is arm's length, so kind of melee engagement range. So for tricorders, and other objects, only within reach are you going to be able to.
Sorry.
Does it include phasers as well?
Yeah, I was going to ask that very same question.
No, that wouldn't include phasers. You could shoot. I mean, this is just something that would require a signal.
Okay.
Yeah, and phasers would be light, I would suppose.
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly. Electromagnetic radiation, which a phaser is totally not.
But it wouldn't affect. It won't affect phasers. They just say tricorders, and you have to be near. But because it is emergency lighting, difficult of ranged weapons attacks is going to be one higher. So one level higher because the limited light source, and nobody has night vision or anything. No elves or dwarves among us.
We didn't think to bring like night vision goggles.
I don't know if that's. I mean, if it's listed. If anybody has
wouldn't be.
Yeah, I got night vision goggles. No, of course not. Have you ever seen night vision goggles in Star Trek?
Oh, we lost that technology. Yeah.
We've grown beyond it.
It's always lit. So that would mean that medium range and beyond, you're going to suffer the difficulty. But close range, you can shoot at things and see them very clearly. So there's just red emergency lighting everywhere.
If it was only like a meter arm's length distance for a phaser, I would totally use it like a lightsaber.
Oh no, I guess you do have those phasers like that. And that's
the standard one.
That's next generation, right? No, but this was like
the original tester ship.
Yeah.
Was the first ones, yeah.
Right. And the last trait of this location is disabled. So most of the ship systems are offline. So this affects the turbolifts, doors, transporters, sensors, communications, replicators, warp and impulse engines. Life support and other functions are operational via auxiliary power.
Okay.
So you have minimal lighting and you have atmosphere.
If we get to engineering, if there's
Lieutenant Dell. Where would the auxiliary power be located?
There are auxiliary power stations all over the ship, but if we want to get primary power back on, we'd have to head into engineering.
Okay. So there's auxiliary power is located in period.
Yes,
like throughout. Yeah.
All right. So are we going to depart the shuttle at this point? Is there anything else you want to do before? I guess we haven't done.
So a tricorder can scan for life forms?
Yeah, but it has to be within reach.
I know you said that 100 times, and I'm just like, okay, I'll try like a short range, but I'm like, holy.
Well, okay, just one thing before. Let's turn on every single light that the shuttle has just to light up the bay and see if there's
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. So that would eliminate the difficulty in the shuttle bay. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm the sound effects guy. I'm the Michael Winslow.
And there's nothing there.
All right.
Hey, Michael Winslow impression. That's his career now.
Oh. All right. That's okay. So as you're departing the shuttle, as you're exiting the shuttle, you hear a beep, beep, beep of an active console waiting for a command. So the only sound that you hear in the entire shuttle bay is just a beeping console waiting for some sort of
computer console on the wall.
It would be okay. So it echoes throughout the shuttle bay.
I'm just saying because I was like talking about this thing on the wall and everybody's confused. But maybe it's just a console.
Theoretically, in Star Trek, because all of the consoles are they can move their buttons around. So basically, any console you want is anywhere in the ship.
Okay.
So the doors to the it echoes throughout the shuttle bay. The shuttles 1 and 2 stand dark and empty. The door to the control room that you can see in the shuttle bay is stuck halfway open, as if the ship's power gave out just as someone had walked through it. So kind of half. Yeah.
We have flashlights, right?
Sure. Yeah.
We lost that technology. Do you mean the electric torches?
Yeah, because that would be
explore space, but only during the daytime.
So the light of this console in the control room itself, with its half-open door, is
so control room.
Yeah, there's a control room off of the shuttle bay. The control room for the shuttle bay.
Is it on the same floor?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of the first thing you see, and you hear the sound, and in that direction of the sound, you see light reflecting on the window or the
All right.
door of that bay. All right, so the light of the console is in the control room, and it reflects in the window that's overlooking the bay.
All right.
So there's no one inside that you can see. So I guess you can see through a window. It's windowed, and whoever opened the shuttle bay outer doors is not there. So there's no sign of anybody that would have used that control to let you in.
But the door's halfway open, right?
Yeah, the door to the control room is halfway open.
All right, this probably isn't going to work, but computer, respond. All right.
Nothing.
Very good, Lieutenant. Dell.
Thanks to Priel.
Okay, I've got like a phaser in one hand,
Okay.
and I'm gonna switch
Oh.
hands. I'm actually left-handed.
Ooh.
It doesn't even say that on the character
Oh.
thing. I'm like,
I'm going to keep my tricorder scanning constantly for life forms.
Okay.
And power sources as well.
All right.
gosh, the medical officer probably should have done that, but anyway, as I'm doing the cop, like the.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or should I?
I've seen your range scores, Lieutenant Dell. Perhaps I should go first.
Okay.
I saw your stats.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm
Okay. I thought you were just dissing me.
I've seen your phaser. I was gonna say like firing range, but I guess they can fire. Yeah. I've seen your firing range scores, and perhaps I should go first. Oh.
I see.
Okay, I'm going in.
Okay. So
It's on stun. Yeah.
okay. So the control room is empty. It's lit lit only by that control panel, and as you if you want to, so it's a 0 difficulty roll, so you don't have to roll for the.
But you should do momentum.
But you should if you if you would like
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah.
So I guess accessing the control panel would.
Yeah, just to make that clear. Yeah, there are
So zero difficulty. You can roll. There is a chance that you will get roll a 20, and that's a complication. But there's also a chance that you will gain momentum.
Yeah.
From multiple successes.
Yeah.
So what should we roll? So maybe.
Insight.
Insight works. Insight and engineering. You're interacting.
You should totally have the medical officer do that, not the engineering guy.
Insight plus.
I'm gonna go
What
pee.
am I?
Let me know how this goes for you.
If I'm looking for people, I could use medicine.
Well, this is just to
Science?
interact with the console.
I'm sciencing.
Science the hell out of it.
I'm gonna stem it. Yeah. I think I'll use.
So probably to interact with the panel, probably what?
Yeah, I do honestly be engineering, so
Okay.
I'll roll. Yeah, even though my science.
So what's your target?
Oh,
number?
so
Yeah.
but interact with the. Yeah, I'll just use whatever. 13.
Okay. Oh, roll 2. Yeah, roll 2. All right.
One success.
One success. Okay.
I didn't roll a 20 on the other.
Okay. So no. Yeah. So that's one. One success. 'Cause it's 0. Generates 1 momentum. And so now you have access to the panel itself. So the auxiliary controls on this control panel are locked out and rerouted to main engineering. So the person who operated the shuttle bay door did not do it from here.
You
So,
got all that?
so this panel,
everything's
this
rerouted,
panel's
yeah.
controlled. Is linked to engineering. So whoever opened the shuttle bay doors wasn't in the control room when they did it. So you can, at this point, you can spend momentum to obtain information. So use this control console to. Okay, so the first thing that you notice is that the console showed that someone bypassed the lockout to operate the bay doors from the bridge itself.
So the lockout originated from engineering?
Yeah, from engineering, but the controls were actually, when you examine the control panel further, you see that it was actually at the bridge that these controls, that they operated the doors from the control.
So it should have been
From
from
the-
main
from the
engineering,
bridge.
but somebody override it from the bridge.
Yes. So
Or overrode it
So
from
the
the
command
bridge.
came from the bridge.
Yes, the command came from the bridge.
Right.
And yes.
Can I find out by looking at the computer if the power was shut down or like there's power loss?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. The best way. Let me double check.
Insight in engineering? Or reason engineering?
Yeah. If you want to.
So, like an attribute, we've got insight, which would be as you would expect.
Yeah,
You know, just
Right.
gives you.
Insight or reason, one of the two, I guess.
Right. Well, from just you can tell from the fact that that control room door is halfway closed that the power went off suddenly.
Right.
So that it was probably not intentionally.
probably
It was probably not intentionally done because it was in the
Right.
act of going in and out of the control room. So it happened kind of an accident.
What I'm wondering. Okay, so it was an accident.
Yeah, sorry. So it seems to be an accident just because of the awkward way that things were left.
Okay.
Not like somebody pushed a button at a.
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't appear to be shut off manually because in a manual situation maybe
Yeah.
the door close would have completed.
I see.
Lieutenant Dell, if someone was able to override the engineering's protocol from the bridge, would it be possible for us to override it from here? Would that be within your abilities?
It's possible. If it was one of the senior officers of the ship, we wouldn't have override capabilities.
I see, yeah.
But if not, theoretically could.
Oh, okay.
So let's try that.
So I'm like, I step back and...
Okay. But before
And then-
okay. So what's up?
Sorry, and my default will be to sort of like watch his back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Sorry, where's I
Yes.
keep interrupting, but where's the NPC?
oh yeah. What she's still aboard the
May I have-
shuttlecraft. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
her name? Sorry.
Lieutenant Zhang.
Zhang.
Lieutenant Commander
Where's
Zhang is
Zhang?
she's still aboard the shuttlecraft and was just she's maintaining the lighting. But if you'd like her to join you at any point, you can
Feeding the hamsters on the wheel.
you can gesture her over.
So
to-
I'm really passive. I'm just looking for stuff.
Okay.
Looking for any movement.
Okay. All right. So you want to roll? Yeah.
I guess try and take control, turn the power back on, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Through the console. Okay. Go ahead.
Restore power. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is daring or control plus engineering with a difficulty of 2.
Ooh.
They're both 9, so either is good. 13. 13. Yep. Success again. Okay. Can I spend momentum?
You could for an advantage to lower it from 2 to 1.
Can I spend 2 then to lower it?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right, and that gives me 2
Whoa.
successes plus it's in power systems, so that gives me 4 successes.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. Whoa, jeez. Okay. All right. So you are successful, and I guess it was difficulty 1, so 3. Yeah. So you're 3 over the difficulty, but as you're interacting with the console itself, the power sputters and the display starts to dim. Before the console goes completely dark, the following message appears: "Meet me in stellar cartography."
Okay.
So that's a lesson you see.
I'll wait for Prel to come back for that one.
All right. Okay. So Lieutenant Zhang joins you in the
Sup, Zhang?
control room and says, "So what happened to the controls?"
I was successfully restored power, but someone else blocked me, and they want to meet us in stellar So what the hell?
Stellar
Cartography.
cartography.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do, Lieutenant Commander?
I don't know. Do you think that indicates a survivor? So we probably should pursue.
Not just a survivor, but a survivor with command control of the ship,
Right.
able to override my amazing skills.
Sorry, I missed that part. They were able to override, or were they just able to send a message?
I was able to successfully restore power to this panel. However, they overrid that.
Wrote it. Overrode.
Overrid?
They overrode it.
It was overridden.
I have not had enough whiskey tonight.
So you do know that they overrode it and then sent the message.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, and just as the console was, yeah.
Okay, so someone who, yeah,
Someone has control of this ship.
that seems like a logical conclusion then. Yes. And if I could add to the conclusion, obviously somebody that perhaps is a person that we would like to meet,
Well, at the very least, they want to meet us.
right?
Yeah, and then
But
so they may have some
perhaps we
information.
should be more cautious in what we interact with as we make our way to stellar cartography.
I say we arm every weapon on the shuttlecraft to explode on command, just in case.
Verbal command. Yeah.
Do we have a map of the ship? Or perhaps in the files that were provided.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't know if you're gonna actually.
I just need
Yeah,
to know
no,
where stellar
I don't-
cartography is.
Yeah. You would be able to. So from your best. Yes.
No, I ate all.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. From
I
your
just said that half, hopefully.
From your best guess, it's near the bridge.
Okay.
Itself. Yeah. So yeah, you would, or not your best guess. You would know that it is near the bridge.
It's near the bridge.
If you would know that this class of ship, and so Lieutenant Zhang says, because we're on auxiliary power, the only way out of here is going to be through one of these emergency doors that we're going to actually have to actuate manually. We're not going to be able to exit the shuttle bay into the main part of the ship without getting through this emergency door.
Which just means turn the handle.
Right. It means to, right. It just means turn the handle. But in the adventure, this is the part where they indicate a jerk option for the GM. So the GM can spend threat at any point to create a complication, right? So as Lieutenant Zhang goes over to the emergency door and grabs the manual actuator, pulls it, it breaks off in her hand. So
You jerk.
So how many? So these threats are like. I guess you're
So I'm generating a complication. Yeah. So spending 2 threat points from the threat pool allows me to generate a complication, and so that can be like reinforcements in combat, or it can be something becoming more difficult. And in this case, it's kind of limiting your options as far as like giving you a kind of a dead end that you have to figure out your way around, an obstacle you have to figure out your way around to get out of the shuttle.
This kind of situation, I'd recommend we override the door physically with a phaser. In case we have to make a hasty retreat, there's no reason that the door has to be closed behind
How many
us.
emergency doors are there? Out of here?
There's just the one. Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
the one.
Will this be are we on the same deck, or do we have to like rig an elevator to work again?
Without emergency power, there's no lift, but there are the tubes, the
Jeffrey's tubes.
Jeffrey's tubes, yes. So the Jeffrey's tubes.
How Star Trek.
Those will be the main way to move between decks and to move towards engineering
it's
and the
just
bridge.
like die-hard tunnels to crawl through.
Okay.
In no ships, yeah.
All right. So, you think phasers would be the best way to tackle the door?
Yeah. Like I am entirely open for just cutting this door open, so we have a quick escape route if need be.
Cool. Okay. So they recommend control and engineering at a difficulty of 2.
2. Come on, it's a touch. All right, control and engineering and difficulty. Or would you like to handle this because you've got better phaser ability?
11.
11.
Control and
Engineering, yeah.
Same.
4, right?
Well, engineering is 4. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do it because I'm also 1 success.
all right. So you are unsuccessful in actually cutting. Oh,
I am successful. Thank you.
Oh, do you want it? So do you want it? Well, actually, no, you have to spend that before you roll.
Okay.
I'm
unsuccessful.
so you're unsuccessful at actually cutting the door, but you do notice that there is an access panel to the side that you probably could open with a
guys.
phaser.
let me take this phaser under.
So you can attempt another. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That would still be too difficult. Okay.
I have failed again.
So all phaser options have been exhausted.
So an access panel, like, couldn't we just, like, crack that open with, like, a screwdriver or something?
Yeah, but the way that they recommend to to open it,
Is a phaser?
yeah, is a phaser. Yeah, just to cut it open is the quickest way to.
But, like, how is the panel, like, attached to the wall?
It would probably be sealed. I mean, there wouldn't be any.
okay.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any.
Yeah, just think like in a regular building. How would you go through an access panel? You need a gun.
Exactly.
But I really call it an access panel if it was easy to access.
It's like maintenance. It's like, you're always strapping. Yeah, all right, let's bring it.
So you do have the option of physically trying to get through the door,
Sure, okay. What I roll?
Do they not have torches in this?
So you,
Not
Like,
bad.
not, sorry, like a blow torches or?
They have phasers.
a phaser
Okay.
would be more effective. Yeah, and that's what. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try with my phaser.
Please, like you could do it better.
Okay. Okay.
Engineering?
Do you want to spend? But do you want to spend? Because you have the default two successes, and you can spend.
I got a buttload of successes.
You
from
can
the
pre-spend
power
for an additional die.
No,
you
I
can,
gotta get
you can
2, eh?
spend momentum for an additional die. Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend momentum for an additional die.
Okay.
Let's get to 2 successes. Ah, 2 successes.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So it doesn't generate momentum, but it fulfills what you need to do. And yeah, so you cut through the door.
Vulcan's always showing off.
So
Maybe we'll aim straight.
Yeah, exactly. Logically, we should have just aimed it at the control panel. Not there. I don't know. There's probably like some.
So you cut your way through the door, and now you have access to the corridor beyond. So you see scorch marks covering the corridor walls. Damaged power couplings are sparking beneath broken, burnt-out panels.
Probably my fault.
And, and on the deck are dead bodies of 7 Starfleet crew members.
Oh well, thanks for eliminating my role in this game. We're dead.
Can you examine the body to see if they were hit?
Yeah, you
Well,
can-
at first I was gonna step 1. Are they alive?
Well, you could, you can
For
still-
what it's worth, I think I could help out with that roll too.
They're all dead. All right.
Okay, yes.
Cause of death.
No, but you can't examine the bodies.
Right.
Yeah, you can do insight and medicine to examine the bodies.
Yep. I actually have a focus that I think might be. Ooh. Of course, I got emergency medicine, surgery, virology.
I think
and
they're
also
beyond surgery.
murder mystery story.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
so I'm gonna.
All right. So insight and medicine.
Oh,
I'm gonna go way out on a limb here and guess disruptor.
Oh.
Because the Romulan symbol is there again.
two successes and murder mystery stories.
Oh, okay.
As a
So
focus.
that doubles your successes.
Oh, did you get? Yeah, did you get within?
2 successes.
Yeah, but the focus means if you have to roll that number, whatever your discipline for the
Mm-hmm.
murder mystery.
Oh, sorry.
Is there a level to it? Is there?
16.
No, but for no, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. Just
I think focus just doubles your success in the case that it's what you're rolling. You get like 2 successes for 1.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll
Were they murdered?
So yeah,
They were murdered.
And it's a
then-
mystery.
Yeah, right, it is a mystery. It really is a story.
And really, yeah.
This is a story I'll be telling people.
All right. So so how much do you want to know? So you got 3 successes, and I can tell you this many things about the. So do you want to know everything, or do you want to? So
Yeah.
would you like to take? Okay. So
Yeah.
so we'll spend. Those, actually, no. But you got 4 successes, so you got 1.
Hold back that one. I don't want to know
No,
that.
you got 1. Okay. So
Surprise me later.
the examination shows you that the injuries are consistent with disruptor weapons.
Booyah!
Kind of took a little bit of,
And so the spending of that momentum will tell you that the crew members died less than a week ago from the state of the bodies. The signature of the disruptors is Romulan. Because you saw the logo. And the position of the bodies relative to the damage in the corridor suggests that the crew members lost their lives in a fighting withdrawal to the shuttle bay. So they were on their way retreating to the shuttle bay and were all gunned down. And that's why there's still shuttles in the shuttle.
Are there any? But they're all Starfleet.
Yes, they're all Starfleet, and appear to be.
Yeah.
All right, Debrelli, you're all logical in that. What would you deduce from this? Someone on this ship wants to meet us in stellar cartography, but there was obviously combat here, and the crew were trying to escape. If there's a hostile force on this, are they trying to draw us into an ambush?
No, I don't think they.
If they have control of the ship, they would already have been able to take us on.
Right, exactly. So I think someone is in hiding, and they thought that you overriding the comms there, or whatever you were doing, would have attracted attention. So I think 2 things: somebody is in hiding, and number 2, there are Romulans still on this ship.
Still. This is
If-
weak,
well,
this
they're
damage is
hiding.
weak old. Why would they be hiding here for an entire week?
Perhaps they might be hiding within the ship, or they might be hiding. Correct me if I'm wrong. Romulans have cloaking technology.
They do.
No, okay. They have cloaking technology.
Do you think they would have cloaked when we arrived? But we just came in a shuttlecraft. If there was a Romulan ship here, they could easily overpower
But
us.
perhaps they're looking for any power up on the ship. But that's what that is what I surmise, is that they were trying to prevent us from activating anything on the ship at this point in time until they give us a full debrief. But like you said, if the Romulans were actually on the ship, there is no need for them to surprise us. Or they could have surprised us within the shuttle bay. No.
Or whatever happened to this ship has also happened to their ship, and they're unable to leave.
But we didn't see that ship.
Right, exactly.
Cloaking technology requires energy, does it not? Or power?
Maybe. I don't know.
I imagine if a Romulan ship lost power, it would lose its cloaking technology and we'd be able to see.
And we
probably
could scan one arm away, so it might still be somewhere further than my
but
arm.
visual.
No, visual. We can only see one arm away.
I forgot. Light is also electromagnetic.
All right. Okay, so that ends this scene. So if there's any,
But yeah, they're at. No, but actually, that is not so great. That there could actually be a shuttle that is a Romulan shuttle, a boarding party that has been abandoned on here.
Theoretically.
No. Perhaps there was something that happened with this ship that caused some problems, but now the Romulans would capture us and try to force us to help them. But either way, I think when you have no options but one, go for the one.
Do we only have one option?
It sounded very good in my mind. Do you have an alternative besides going to stellar cartography?
I'm just worried that there's an ambush, that's all. You see now I operate a phaser. Hands up!
Is there any way we could anticipate, or not anticipate, or identify an ambush as we approach stellar cartography?
Not really, no. No. We don't have control of the ship and my sensors can't scan.
But if it's close to the bridge, I mean, the two options that you laid out is going to the bridge or going to engineering. Do you think if there was an ambush, I suppose if the crew, the Romans that were left on here were so few that, yeah, they would have to draw us into one particular location because they couldn't shut us down up the...
But if all of these officers don't pose a danger to them, then I don't see why the three of us
Why
would.
stellar cartography?
Another good question.
Now, why would, if you were doing an ambush, wouldn't you logically try to draw somebody to the logical locations of either engineering or the bridge?
Maybe.
Where stellar cartography is something that might have been overlooked. A location, so it's a place that would be good for someone to hide.
I'm good to try.
Right. Okay, so end of the scene. So one momentum down.
Damn, there's pressure playing.
We're now in Act 2. So Act 1 was the lost ship. So we found the lost ship.
Yeah.
And Act
So
2...
Act 1 has 2 scenes?
Act 1 had 3 scenes.
Okay,
Yeah,
3 scenes.
Yeah. No, 2 scenes. No, it was just the 2 scenes. Yeah. From onto the ship and then through the door. So as soon as you see the carnage in the hallway and realize that it was Romulan, done by Romulan hands, that ends.
Yeah, be quiet, like looking at stuff. Romulan disruptors. And I was like, oh man, dude, get the box. Cover this.
No,
stuff.
seriously, yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay.
You're white GM screens. Actually, we're going to cut this, and it's going to be like a promo for every GM screen ever made. It's like, oh, I don't think GMs should fudge dice. And I'm like, well, here's another reason to have a GM screen.
Yeah, because I have overly graphically designed rule books.
Yeah, exactly. People want art in their in their adventures, and there are Chris's.
Okay, so
You shall never meet.
so Lieutenant Zhang says, so what's the consensus? Where should we be headed?
I think it would be, well, my vote would be for stellar cartography.
I would agree.
Yes. But I do think we should take Lieutenant Dell's concerns to heart, and, well, not really to heart as a Vulcan, to mind. And definitely look out for an ambush if that is possible. Perhaps sending one of us ahead when we reach a reasonable distance, and that person, I think the Earthlings use susses it out.
I'm not familiar with that. I'm not an Earthling.
I'm saying.
Back me up here, Zach.
Help me out here. And I don't know if this has been revived, the fist bump. But if you
I remember that.
sorry.
We end the episode with like 10 fist bump.
Is the Vulcan homeworld around, or is that just the Abrams Star Trek?
Yeah, it's a different continuity.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Nice. I asked for a map, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know if there's a map."
Oh well, there is a map when you're there. So the let me just double check. All right.
No, wait a minute. If I remember episodes of Star Trek, there are maps of the ship throughout the ship, right?
All over the place on every wall.
All over the. I'm looking for a map of the ship.
What's on auxiliary power? There's no maps.
That's the problem with fully digital screens.
Yeah, that explanation makes sense.
All right. The corridors, although they don't look it on the map, are dimly lit with the glowing red emergency lighting. Ahead of you, you find 3 more dead Starfleet officers. You recognize them from the mission briefing. So you were shown part of the crew of the...
Oh, what rank were the other 6?
So, the other 6 were just crew members. Yeah,
Slubs.
yeah, just crew members. Yeah, so nobody of any rank. But you do recognize, of these 3 dead bodies, Captain Kelly, his first officer, Commander Dandrick, and the Chief of Security, Lieutenant Talau.
Wow.
So, looking at the bodies, you see more disruptor blasts, more disruptor wounds, and as you are looking at examining this, or just looking at the bodies as you identify them, a disruptor blast hits the wall.
I was just about to say, we haven't seen any dead Romulans yet.
So,
Is there a cower behind cover action?
Yeah, you can actually use a minor. Yeah, you can use a minor move to get into cover. So let's just. And you get, because that was their kind of attempted an ambush. You get first action.
Ambush.
One character has a chance to take a minor action and a task. So so one of you. Decide who, because basically activation changes, or initiative it just alternates between.
Okay.
So one of you goes first. So let's start again. So who wants to go first? You have the ability to go first, and you have your side, and then the Romulans will react next. So you get a minor action and a task. So move. That's you. So move into cover, and anything else.
Zap.
Okay, so take a shot.
Yeah.
From cover. Okay. All right. And what do they recommend for? Oh, and I'm sorry. So
Can I sweep with the phaser?
so remember, if you're taking any lethal action, you're going to give for every lethal action you take, you have to give me threat. But you can't set your phaser to stun, which is non-lethal, and fire away. So
I did send it to stun
it said
earlier. Yeah.
Okay. So it's been set. That's not. Okay. And here's the wind up.
that's my shooting. I'm like starting right at the bottom and like
Just writing your name.
Yeah, I get bored.
Okay, and remember, you can. So, characters can spend momentum once per combat to avoid an injury. So you have one chance to, if you get hit really bad, to spend that momentum to shake that wound off.
Sure.
All right, so you're taking a shot.
Yeah, I got a pretty decent talent.
Oh, and you can also spend 2 momentum to keep initiative, and so it doesn't revert to the Romulans if you both want to take a turn before.
Well, actually, I can. Ignore the normal momentum cost to keep initiative.
Oh, nice. Really?
Oh, it says during the first round of combat, so
Okay.
I guess that would help for the second round or during the first round. We're gonna keep initiative.
Right. Yeah. So that would help. That would mean you go both first and second.
Okay.
Yeah. Or no, I guess the round. Yeah. Because it's a turn.
Okay,
yeah,
we're gonna
it's a
keep
turn.
initiative.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So you're gonna fire.
Yeah.
The okay.
Or sweep. Scrub.
Scrub with the phaser.
Yeah.
All right. So what should we be rolling here? Daring? What do you want to do? Daring or?
Yeah, that's good. Yes.
There we
Daring.
go. Ooh, okay.
Daring with security.
Okay.
Two successes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one momentum, and we're gonna call this. I guess it's all long distance. We're gonna call.
Am I long?
Not in cover.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you'd be less than long distance, but you're gonna be able to see everybody. I'm trying to figure out what they're determining as ranges. But since you moved up, you now know that there's 3 Romulans, and you would have been able to. You can communicate that at any time. Okay, so you're shooting. And what's the damage on your phaser? How many of the little Federation?
5.
5. Okay, I've only got 4
So
dice.
5 Federation symbols or Space Force symbols.
Yeah. So roll those and then roll one. Reroll one of them.
So a blank.
All right. So 2. Yeah.
2 symbols and then 2 bang bangs.
Oh, good. And then roll the blank again because
Yeah.
you need to roll 5.
3 bang bangs.
Wow. So that's 5.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
And what happens when I roll symbols?
So that is an effect that you can use to power. If you have something, let's see, on your phaser, you can spend that to do something. Let me double check. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm totally blanking on what that.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, but I think it usually says in the description of your weapon or.
Just this phaser type 1.
Okay.
Ranged 5 Federation symbols. Size 1H. Charge hidden.
Wow, so you're doing 5 damage. You can spend momentum for additional damage.
I think it'll kill him.
And
Or really stun him.
Really stunning. Yeah,
Well,
for
you
a
knock him
week.
out.
All right, and let's see.
Actually,
Let's see if he's really-
Stunning would normally knock you out, right?
Hmm.
Right. So I guess they have something like where you have to deliver a certain amount of damage to actually knock them out, right? Because if you had like a phaser
Oh, right,
with damage versus stun,
that's-
and,
yeah.
then, and like damage is like I shoot you, okay, he's still standing, I have to shoot him again. Whereas stun would be like I succeed.
Yeah, right. No, that's true. That
Yeah.
don't
You know what I mean?
spell that out.
Because
That's
you just
nice.
automatically choose stun, and then you have a knife where you can knife him and kill him. They're all stunned. Now let's just knife them for a
Assuming
bit.
1 point does.
Okay, I found the rules for injury. So stun, stun involves injury. So the rule is if you inflict an injury means 5 damage or more at one time, or if all of your stress is reduced to 0 by small
Right,
attacks.
but
Then you're stunned. And that means you are you're out.
That
Yeah.
means you stunned him.
well,
Yes,
what did
yes.
these do?
Oh,
Star Trek.
the special ones. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
unless
They are 1
yeah.
damage and 1 damage effect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use
And
that
this-
to power your.
This 2-1 is
Oh.
2 damage, so yeah.
Yeah. So you can. Is there
So
any?
that's 5 right there.
You've done
Yeah,
5,
yeah, you've
plus
definitely
you
done
get
5.
damage effect.
Yeah. What's the on the phaser? What's the the keywords after phaser? Knockdown or anything?
Charge hidden 1, size 1H,
Okay.
ranged.
Yeah. So maybe there's nothing that you can with that particular phaser. There's nothing you can feed it. So I think some weapons have like vicious.
Epilepsy. Epileptic seizure.
Some weapons have like vicious 1 or so you.
I'm rushing off the Talshi.
Okay, so I wish they would have made these different on the other side. Okay, so we're gonna call him out. Yeah, we're gonna call him stunned. Yeah, that was 5 damage, so he's injured and he's out of commission. Okay, and you're gonna for free keep the initiative. So
Go again.
Or no, crit. No, yeah. So crit. Somebody else. In the,
No, that you get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna like use the computer and like vent gas into the room or something, but everything's shut down, so I guess I will just shoot at them. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
There's others off, like the dead bodies around me, right?
Yes.
Are they armed?
Yeah, you can search them for stuff if you want.
I don't want to spend time to search. Like, can I see a phaser on their belt or in their hand?
Yes. They're you can see phasers. They're equipped all with phasers on their belts.
I want to grab a phaser from them, overload it, and throw it like a grenade. Do I have time to do that?
You could. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Minor. Let's see.
They don't have grenades.
You'd have to spend a momentum to get that extra. It's a momentum or two to get the extra task. Yeah. So you do the minor action to pick it up.
Yeah.
Task to do it, and then task to throw it.
I think.
Tell you what, I'll just do my own phaser, and I'll pick one of theirs next turn.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to spend the momentum.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so I'll set my phaser to overload.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a minor action, and then you're gonna
just chuck it down the freaking hallway.
So would you have to like get a throw roll?
Okay, so
I have no idea.
That's gonna have to be a thrown weapon, and so that's definitely daring. Daring and I guess security. Yeah.
Lack of control. Yeah.
But you're gonna have that's gonna have to be at least. So visibility is still messed up. So you're gonna be -1 for invisibility, and I guess the throw would be. So it's a difficulty 2. To make that, and you're gonna also give me a threat for doing something violent. It's okay.
That makes sense. Okay. So difficulty 2.
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind if I spend a bit of momentum?
No, go for
Okay,
it.
cool. Difficulty 1.
Okay, cool.
And
You get another. You can buy another. Buy another die.
Oh, is that how that works?
Or there's other things you can do. Yeah, there's multiple things you can do.
The first time I did it, you had me lower the difficulty. I don't know what's correct.
Yeah. No. He
had me buy a die.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So you can create an opportunity, which means you get another die. Or create a problem, so lower the difficulty by 1. You can do either. So take a die or lower the difficulty by 1.
I'll lower the difficulty.
Okay, cool. So it's 1. Yeah, you need 1.
And it's daring plus security?
Yes.
So all right, that's an 11. Come on, baby.
That's it?
And that's 1 success.
Okay, yeah. So it succeeds.
All right.
Yeah.
Was your control better than your daring?
My control's much better than... control daring is the same, I'm sorry. No.
Wow. So how are we gonna? So I guess that would be a type of grenade. Yeah. That would be that would be a type of grenade. Let's see what kind of damage grenades do in the Star Trek universe.
Do they have them?
Not in the index.
I don't remember ever seeing one. No.
Wow. Okay. Well,
tell you what.
Let's do full. Yeah, definitely do. But full damage to each of so it'll be area damage. So whatever the phaser would have done, as far as damage, so probably 5. Is yours the same?
Yeah, people just bring 20 phasers.
So roll 5 of those.
So that's 2, 3 plus a damage effect, plus an additional damage effect on 1. So that's 4.
Right. 4 plus 2 damage effects, and I guess we'll call the damage effect a burn or something that's
I'm
going
good
to
with stun, knockout.
Oh, stun. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, stun.
Okay. Or knockdown. Yeah. We'll call that knockdown. Okay. So so that's gonna do 4. So that'll knock down 2. Yeah, that'll knock down 2 of them, and they've all taken 4 stress.
Okay.
But 4 stress isn't enough to knock them. Take them all out. So so they're all reduced by 4. That works.
Sorry, there's 3 dead officers. I got 3 more grenades.
Oh, that's right. All right.
Does anybody speak Romulan?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
How do you know that? Where does it say that?
One of my past lives was working with as Romulan ambassador.
What? Really?
Not anywhere on the sheet, but I'm allowed to declare that kind of thing once. So.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna.
Yes, I speak. I'm actually an expert on the Romulans. I was.
Ask him to surrender.
Okay. I say surrender Romulan. I have no idea what Romulan sounds like. Hey, you over there.
Okay, and as he
put down your weapons.
Yeah, as he looks at his compatriots, completely taken out. That seems to be the logical thing to do. So you hear the disruptor hit the ground, and he approaches. Yeah, so he approaches you unarmed. Yeah, hands in the air. All right. Well, and yeah, so yeah, you can communicate. Well, that'll help a lot.
We have combat, so we can communicate anyway.
All right.
Darmok and Talagro.
Perfect. Okay, great. So, yeah, so that ends the combat. Yeah, quite handily. Okay, so so he steps up. So these guys are out of commission.
Should probably attend to them. Be nice.
Okay.
All Starfleety.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
See how they're doing.
Okay, so stabilize.
And of course, while I'm doing that, I'm taking away all the weapons that they.
Right, you're disarming them. Sure.
Yeah.
So if you want to render medical assistance, so daring in medicine, difficulty 1 to stabilize.
Yeah, using the Volson. That's good.
Yes.
Daring in medicine.
Right. Yeah, since this is out of combat, you can stabilize them.
But it's kind of like a combat encounter, so I'm gonna get my first response. I may always succeed at a cost, with each complication adding +1 to the difficulty of healing.
Oh, okay. So succeed at cost. Okay. So the next one will be more difficult.
Jeez. Well, 2.
Okay. So that's
But, I already succeeded, so...
okay. So stabilize. So you're gonna do so that means that each one is gonna raise the difficulty. Now you need 2.
No, but it...
Oh. Because at cost, yeah.
I'm using the bonus one, yeah, so I am...
Okay.
So, so I still... 3 successes.
Okay. So so now you need 3 to stabilize. 3 successes to stabilize.
Am I not getting momentum?
Use the momentum if you like.
No, I should be
no,
generating.
but, wait. Oh yeah, that's right. Because no, the last time you got 3 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you did get a momentum for that. Yeah.
And then go ahead and spend it right away.
Yeah.
So, 2 successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one is still in
Bleeding out.
agony.
With 2 successes.
Yeah, you needed 3.
You needed 3. Yeah, because it escalated.
I thought the complication... Oh, the complication is adding to the...
Yeah, adding to the
successes
difficulty. Yeah,
ending.
each time it adds.
Okay.
Yeah, the complication will be adding to the difficulty.
What? Are you sure, or is it adding to the...
That's what I was saying,
difficulty
spend the
number?
momentum.
No, but I'm just saying... Or is it adding to my... The number I need... Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
no.
it's +1, not -1.
Yeah,
so
but to succeed at consequence means that the next thing you do is affected by that
I
failure.
think in general, like, the target number doesn't change. It's just the difficulty
Right.
that changes. I think.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and the difficulty can be manipulated by momentum and threat. Yeah, it can be pushed up and down either way. Okay, so we have somewhat stabilized Romulans, and you have a prisoner.
Well,
Okay, as like a standard
I
Star
always succeed. I may always succeed. At a cost.
Oh, okay, so
I said do it.
always.
I think if I declare...
that you always. But
that
yeah, I mean,
success-
can you do that? You can probably only do that like once.
When attempting a first aid task during a combat encounter, you gain a bonus d20, and you may always succeed at a cost, with each complication adding +1 to the.
Oh, so complications. I'd have to declare something that was complicating the situation.
But I don't think I actually.
But we're not in combat anymore.
But
I mean,
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not in combat anymore. So you wouldn't be escalating.
All right.
anything.
Let's just say I'll try to. No, one success.
Okay.
On the last one.
Yeah, and since we're not in combat, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, so you only needed 1. In combat, you need 2, and then if you use that ability, it sounds like it'll raise the difficulty to 3, but you automatically succeed.
No,
It sounds like generic
declare
complication, so it's like
success.
adding threat or complication.
Yeah, complication. Yeah, right.
I can declare success to get a complication.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So you're not rolling. You're just saying, okay, I do this, but what
You
happens?
get an apocalypse roll hard move.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Okay. All right. So, any?
Yeah, standard Star Trek thing. Like, I would usually defer to the commander, or should I do it?
For
Talking to the prisoner.
Oh, sure. The Lieutenant Zan says, he's all yours.
Cool.
Because she can't communicate in Romulan, so she's gonna defer to you to
Okay, cool.
I'll come
shake
back
him down.
with all the weapons.
Your
Right.
your compatriots will be fine. Yes.
Oh, sorry. While I was doing that, I'm looking at ranks.
You're looking at what?
Ranks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so these all appear to be low level. You don't see any buddy.
I gotta say that.
Are they Romulan Navy or Tal
They're
Shiar?
Ulan. Ulan. So yeah, they're just. It doesn't differentiate. They're just a Romulan boarding crew. Yeah, they're just yeah. So not particularly highly skilled or highly trained. Yeah. So no centurion or no higher. There was no leader among them.
Okay, you know a lot about the Romulans. Everything is based off of the Romans, all of their ranks and everything like that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
As opposed to my character.
Lyle, you, not to Prel.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I'll start off. What are you doing on this ship? In violation of the treaty of whatever.
I think we're in Romulan space.
Are we? I thought we were near Romulan space. Are we in Romulan space?
You're outside Federation space. Yeah. So
Let me take that back.
you intruded. You came to us.
We're in Romulan space or in neutral zone?
Romulan space. Yeah, Romulan space.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Megan, we're very sorry for invading your territory.
Yeah, try that.
We saw that. Yeah, we saw the presence of this ship as an act of aggression that could not go unanswered.
This ship was a science vessel testing out a new drive. Theoretically, had an accident for it, and that's why they overshot the edge of this space. Surely you can understand that this was an unintentional incursion.
So this is technology. This is military technology you're using to perhaps use against my people.
Not at all, Commander. Not at all.
So let's see.
What can I refer to you by?
You can call
Sub-Commander.
Just call me Sub-Commander Ulan.
All right, Sub-Commander Ulan. It's not at all Sub-Commander Ulan. Surely you can understand that these kind of things might happen, that we've met known transgression.
Ask them what they're doing here now.
What are you doing here now?
We are. Oh, actually, I think we need to be rolling for this. Yeah, I think if you're going to be like interrogating, like yeah, you need to kind of be convincing.
We're just having a conversation.
Yeah, like
we're just talking.
Actually, if I can like establish that kind of mood of just
Oh,
negotiations.
maybe that's it. Maybe that would be a roll though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you want to,
Like
yeah,
some sort of diplomacy.
Just try to,
or...
try to get
Alright.
him to spill.
What are we going to do there? Is that going to be presence plus...
Presence and...
What do you reckon? Command?
Yeah, command would be good. Yeah,
Okay.
presence and command would be good.
That's my two worst.
But just one success will do it.
Okay. Let's do it then. There is one success.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So
Two success.
Nice. Oh, you have a okay. Oh, you have a.
I focused in Romulan communications.
Oh, that's right. Oh, beautiful. All right. Yeah. So he's pleased that you speak such good Romulan, and he So he says, we were stranded aboard this ship. Our oh no.
One of our theories.
We have been stranded aboard this ship. What are Romulan bird of preys?
Yeah.
Our bird of prey.
Oh, bird of prey. Holy crap.
Our bird of prey had been.
Like that's an enormous warship.
No, sorry, but what are the Klingons?
Klingons. Oh no, that's right. Klingons are bird of prey.
Yeah, what are
Romulans are
Romulans?
warbirds.
Warbirds. Our warbird.
Bird.
We lost communication.
That's what Gene Roddenberry liked.
We lost communication due to the interference with our warbird, and there is no visual. We have no visual on the ship, so we have been making do.
Perhaps that's what led this ship to stray into your space in the first place.
I
Same phenomenon.
would hope so for the sake of the peace among.
Indeed, we have, of course we have no
What the
input.
warbird is? It
Yeah.
took off?
Where is your warbird at the moment?
We don't know. We have no knowledge of why the ship left. We have limited communication, and now the ship is out of range of anything.
I see. When you found this ship, had it already been disabled?
When we found this ship, it was completely disabled. We boarded this ship. Our sub-commander wants this technology, and the crew resisted our seizing this technology. So the crew fought back, and all of.
You want to say he's lying again?
No, now it makes sense. That explanation makes sense.
Yes.
Sorry, what? It's the same explanation.
No, the first explanation was that everything was disabled and done when they got here.
Yeah.
But of course, there were a bunch of dead crewmen with disruptor blasts. But now he's saying
Oh,
they
you
got
thought
here.
you thought done meant everybody was dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see it that way, but
Sorry.
but
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
I got you, Jeremy.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't got either of you.
Yeah. So the crew of the ship resisted our takeover, so they had to be dealt with,
I see.
and we are So we have no contact with our warbird and are waiting for their.
How many of you are
Ask
there?
him. Oh, sorry. You got it. Yeah.
The sub commander and her two guards are. The last place they were posted was the command bridge.
I see. Well, since we're both stuck here, perhaps we can help each other
I'm
out.
just gonna ask if they know we were here, or if we were coming.
Did you know that we were coming?
No, the first we knew of you was when we fired on you.
So you
now.
just fired on the first thing you saw.
we fired. You didn't appear to be Romulan, so we assumed that you were possibly survivors of the crew that we had not found yet.
See, well, you were obviously very hostile. You killed the entire crew
Yes.
of this ship, and you fired on us.
These were orders of Danal.
I understand, but it doesn't sound like we're on very friendly terms at the moment.
This technology may possibly have been used against our people. We needed to seize it at all costs. And
You know that we can't let that happen. We're perfectly happy to help you and the rest of your crew. We've healed your compatriots here.
I can see that.
You understand that our intentions here are not to cause you any harm. We're happy to help you get back to your ship and back to the Empire. We just want to leave with what's left of this ship and its crew.
Well, we have been attempting for weeks to restore the engines of this ship with no success.
Ask him.
Sorry, several days, not several weeks, several days.
You guys suck.
Several days to attempt to repair this ship.
Ask him where he's getting the resources, like food, water.
Oh yeah, if everything's shut down, yeah.
No.
With the replicator shut down, where are you getting resources to stay in good health on this ship?
We're not doing well. As you can see, our combat skill is limited at this
No,
point.
I think that's due to us.
We're in a very weakened state and hoping the return of our warbird gives
Yeah.
us some answers.
Do you have any manacles?
Some
Yes.
no. Possibly the sub commander, but we have no need to take prisoners.
I'll have to
on this.
fashion some out of some wires in the wall.
Nice. Yes. Yes. So our commander is very strict with our orders, and at all costs we are to remain here to guard this technology.
How are you communicating with the commander?
Those are just my last orders. Only verbally. We have no short range communication.
We have the same situation.
Sorry.
No, it's mine. Well, what do you think?
It would be nice to have some allies.
But can we count on them as allies? They shot at us on first sight.
Not if the commander would be against us.
From the sounds of it, I don't think that keeping him would be a good bargaining chip either.
What you say that, but there are 4 of them here, and only 3 of the commander. Oh, including the commander on the bridge. So it's not like there was a massive party.
I still think we should get towards stellar cartography.
Me too. Yes, we were just trying to figure out what we could do with the Romulans we have. We could find a place to confine them.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
To use the trill term. Well,
All right.
stuff him in this room and seal it off with a phaser.
Okay. What is that room?
Oh, which this?
Yeah.
It's another control room.
I'll disable the panel, the computer panel there, so they can't access anything, and we seal the door with the phaser.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, can you leave us some food or supplies? Do you have anything you can leave?
We won't be long.
Sub-Commander
Do we have any supplies?
No.
Sub-Commander Danal will deal with you.
Alright, I'll find you a freaking replicator.
All right, so you seal them in.
Yeah, like if there are some supplies around, like I don't want to leave them without anything. I just don't think we have anything to give them.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, there is anything as far as you can.
I promise we'll be back soon. We don't have any supplies to give you.
All right.
Cask of Monty out of them in there.
Somehow I don't believe you. Okay. All right. So yeah. So that works.
Okay, half-hour warning for me.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So bum bum bum. All right. Okay. So
How far is? Well, ask him. How far is the bridge from Stellar?
Cartography.
No. Is he familiar with? Is he familiar with stellar cartography? And if so, how far is it from the bridge?
if you take the tubes at the end of the hall, you can find your way to the bridge and
The tube's operational.
the Jeffrey tubes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
If you take these climbing tubes, I don't know the correct your Federation terminology. If you take these climbing tubes, you can reach the bridge and Captain's Ready Room. I don't know what stellar cartography is.
In Romulan, you would know.
That's actually the Romulan word, but strange things. Stellar cartography. That's why I kept saying it wrong.
All right. Yeah. Yes. So I have no idea what that is. Oh, okay. All right.
So
Okay. So
we're tubing it.
you're tubing it? Okay, so you're taking the tube to... So the tube, yeah, will lead to the bridge. You can also, I guess you see actually not on panels, but actually marked, that you could make your way to sickbay or engineering as well.
Okay.
From
We want to
this.
take whatever route will have the least amount of resistance to get to stellar
Okay.
cartography.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So, so you follow the direction. So you're headed towards the bridge, but you...
Take a left.
You take a left. You take a left at stellar topography. Okay. All right. So that ends a scene after you lock those guys in. That ends another scene.
Cool.
So yeah, there's no healing. We have to do any healing or anything.
No.
Comes officers.
We're awesome.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I should mention I've collected all of those phasers for future.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you.
What about destructors? Can you open up those?
Oh, absolutely.
So you guys have a sack of weapons
And you know
or
what you do?
grenades.
I use-
All right. Okay, so you make your way to stellar cartography with cartography with.
I'm never going to live it down, and I'm not sure I want to.
Okay, so as you approach, the door to stellar cartography is half open. Inside, you see a young Starfleet engineer sitting at the controls. A star chart
Expertly hidden.
of known space flickers on a large spherical screen, but the screen soon fills with static and then goes dark. Almost had it this time, he says.
Sorry, how close is this to the bridge?
It's in the same general area, but yeah, they wouldn't have
Okay,
found
thanks.
it. Yeah.
So this is weird to you too.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you find this area, which apparently he was undetected. It does. Yeah, it is a little odd. It's not very newt-like. He's not hidden, but he did hide in stellar cartography.
The half open door. Yeah.
Okay, so so he's attempting to do something with the map in the cartography.
I'm gonna keep my hand on one of the phasers
Okay.
and
You can clearly see he's wearing a Federation uniform.
hello.
Is it? Oh, human?
Yeah, a young Federation officer. So you see his uniform, you see it's a young guy, and you hear him trying to do something with the map. Almost got it this time. And you come within
I
his.
say, yep. Hello.
You made it. So you got my message. You're here. This is great.
How are you?
Not well, as you can see. I'm basically it. I'm all that's left
How
of the
did
crew.
you fend off all the Romulans?
I've been in hiding. They don't know
With a half-open door?
their way. They don't know their way to the ship. Well, you wouldn't have heard me otherwise. I had to open the door in case you, if you reached me. The door had been secured. The door had been secure this entire time. But after I sent you the message, I opened it so that you'd be able to find me.
I see. And the Romulans who have the bridge and are in control of the ship didn't know that you were here.
They have not detected me so far. I'm the last surviving crew member and have just been using my knowledge of the ship to avoid them.
Well, you're awfully good. What are you doing?
Well, what I'm doing at the map is trying to locate the source of a signal. So I've been attempting to the warbird, the Romulan warbird, disappeared, but I was able to intercept the coordinates, or I was able to. I have the coordinates of where this warbird left to. It's not returned, and it's left aboard. It left the boarding party aboard this ship.
Yeah, we met half of them.
Yes, I've avoided them at all costs. I'm very susceptible to disruptor fire. So, what are you? Are you here to rescue us? Are you here to salvage?
We're here. Yes, we are.
Excellent. Well, that's exactly what we need. We need to protect this warp drive technology, which at this point doesn't seem to be working past our level 2 successfully. So our phase 1 tests were completely successful at the Planitia Fleet Yards. Were completely successful. So we spent the last few weeks journeying to the edge of Federation space as we made our tests, our level 2 step tests completely failed almost immediately and caused this field which it was immediately generating this subspace interference, which I'm sure is interfering with all of your communication, and probably the reason you didn't teleport onto the ship, to transport onto the ship.
Did the engine actually fail, or did it run into some sort of defense system?
No, we're as far as we know, it was our warp drive that caused this state that knocked out the power and disabled our ship and created the interference that we're experiencing now.
Is there any way to shut this effect off so that we can get back underway into Federation space?
Yes, yeah. If we get to engineering, we should be able to reset the drive and disable this field, whatever. Reset the warp drive and disable the whatever it's generating now and set it back to a kind of a stage 1.
Would we also be able to restore power to the ship?
Yes.
Once we had power of the ship, we could probably seal off the bridge and the Romulans in there and take care of that later. Once we get back into Federation
do
space.
starships have like a backup bridge?
They do. Well, Galaxy class does.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't think.
But we have Federation passcodes. We could control the ship from engineering.
Right. Yeah, we could reroute control. I'm pretty sure. If one of you is capable of doing that,
I got you covered.
I'm a lonely ensign, as you can see.
Yes, I noticed the red shirt. My condolences.
All right. So the commander of this boarding party, this Romulan boarding party, seems particularly aggressive and particularly bent on having control of the ship. And I'm trying to find out why they would have been abandoned here, because it seems like the warbird would have been the best way for them to overpower us and take complete control of the ship.
Absolutely, a ship this size would have no chance against a warbird.
Right, and we're not armed.
Was it a Dietrich's?
Well, was it what?
A Dietrich's?
Oh, sure.
Then we're screwed.
I'm sure it was. Yes, the warbird was named Decius, as far as I know, just from overhearing the limited Romulan that I know.
All right then.
All right.
So to engineer.
Yeah, but if there's somebody on the bridge we don't wish to confront them, yes, engineering.
Okay.
By all means.
Let's do it. Would you be able, with my help, to reset the engines?
I'm certain I can help. I know my way around. I'm not that proficient, but I can tell you what's what as far as anything that when he looks strange.
Okay, let's do it.
So,
Okay, we'll take the guy, girl thing.
Okay.
Romulan.
Oh,
Who's
me?
this?
Oh, Ensign LaSalle. Ensign LaSalle. Me?
Boy, girl.
Boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Young Ensign
We'll
LaSalle.
take him to engineering.
All right. Yes, and let me double check that I have. That you know. Oh, okay. So so I'm is attempting to trace that signal. So. Okay, so there are Romulans. Oh, actually, there are Romulans in main engineering.
Ah,
Sorry.
there's the rub.
Sorry.
did he know that though?
Yes.
He would have known that.
Yeah.
How
He
do you
traced.
know this?
Because how he controlled the docking bay, he had to connect.
So you know how many are in engineering?
Yeah. Yes. As far as I know, it's the commander, sub-commander, and her two. And,
How much
and two
control do you
guards.
have? You were able to override the computer access I had in the shuttle bay, yes?
Yes, I can. So I can bypass the lockout, and I can reroute power, or one of us can. You may be more competent.
Do you have any control over the life support systems?
No, not at this point.
Because I'm going to smoke them out if we can.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. But I think it's important. Of course, the warp drive, the experimental warp drive on this ship is important, but I think it's also important that we pinpoint the source of this signal that was sent to the warbird that called it away, because it's very. I find it very strange that they're not returning and they've abandoned this boarding party.
Agreed. Would the best way of that be from the bridge or from engineering?
From here, we can. Yeah, if one of us can overpower the lockout, it should be very difficult. It may be very difficult, but if you overpower the lockout that the Romulans have placed on this cartography system, and we can reroute the power, then we'll be able to.
Are you kidding? I once hacked my way through a Tal Shiar subcommand. I can handle that.
All right. Well, let's do this. Yeah, and we also need to siphon power from auxiliary to the backup systems to get this cartography to tell us where that signal came from.
Not a problem.
All right. So that would be control and engineering.
Okay.
Who seems to be the best?
Yeah, like not engineer.
The engineer. All right.
All right. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 3.
Not anymore. Spend 1 to reduce.
Okay.
2. Spend 1 to get an extra. Or can I reduce 2?
You can reduce, but you've got 2 tasks. You have to reroute. You have to bypass the lock and then also reroute power. So you might want to save. Unless,
Okay.
but you might also generate additional. You never know.
If I can reduce the difficulty by 2, I would like to do that.
Good. Okay, so difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1, and then will this ensign be assisting me?
Yes.
We've been rolling for the ensign.
Yeah, you want to roll. So what's your?
All right, let's do this. My target is going to be 13.
All right. Oh, all right.
Okay, we got 2 successes.
Yeah. So that works. Yeah. So that's 1 success. So you only need 1 success, so that
And
generates.
this is
momentum.
for what? For astrophysics, power systems, warp drive. Damage?
But you're bypassing the lockout, so it's just a systems. Yeah, it's just an engineering systems.
All right, that is not within my thing. So
Okay. Okay, and this is also this is guaranteed 2 successes, and this is momentum.
Nice.
Okay. So now you need to reroute the power.
Okay, let's do that. Ooh, the power one I've got extra bonuses in. So
Okay.
same deal then. I'll spend. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 3 again.
Okay, so we'll reduce it to 1. Give me
To 2.
Assist there.
Yeah, to 2. Yeah, 2. Okay. Oh.
Yep, that's 1 success in its power system. That's 2 successes right there.
Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Whoa. Okay, so you reduced it to 2, so that generates 4 momentum.
Booyah!
That was quite successful. So power from auxiliary has been rerouted.
Told you I could handle this.
This is amazing. So the systems to this cartography, all right, they come.
Oh, you almost got yourself covered in coke there.
They come blazing back to life. So Ensign LaSalle inputs the coordinates that he remembered from the ship, and the location lights up on the star chart. LaSalle whistles in appreciation. Now that's unexpected. He says the signal the Odysseus received, the Romulan warbird, came from a Klingon armored space station, the Kortar. The station straddles the edge of the Klingon Empire and unexplored space.
So the Klingons called the Romulans away. Is this in the post-Federation Klingon breakup?
It could be.
I keep asking you these like deep Star Trek questions. Sorry, man.
Right. Yeah. So to restore the engines themselves, we're going to have to proceed to engineering, but I think we're going to face some resistance.
Okay.
How many more do you think?
4 at max. He said there were 7 in the party.
Yeah.
Or no, 3 at max.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, so the sub-commander and 2 of the
You
guards.
said you were able to keep an eye on them. Can you show us the same route that you do so we could get a look at where
sure.
they are?
Yeah, no problem. Follow me if we're going. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So he guides you through kind of his.
Could you use like your medical kit to make something like a sleeper agent or like a smoke bomb or something to disable them so we don't have to go in and fight?
Oh.
I mean, like I could shut off the lights and everything, but I don't have a way to actually take care of them. I have a focus in winemaking. I can get them drunk.
Yeah, but I don't know what... Yeah, I suppose it could, like, with medicine, but...
Yeah, you
like
could.
None of my foci focus on that. Oh, except for virology.
Yeah. Give them all a cold. Coronavirus.
Yeah, let's wait 2 weeks. Well, it incubates.
Okay, so actually the safest route is not going to be through the Jeffries tubes. So engineering contains emergency access conduits, which the Romulans haven't found, but I recommend that we go through the disabled turbo shaft. That seems to be the least dangerous.
Take your word for it.
Route through. All right. Okay, so we'll proceed through the disabled turbo shaft. Okay, so next scene, and we're actually in Act 3.
Mm-hmm.
Take back the ship. So
Yeah!
I guess that's kind of letting you know what might happen at this point.
Except for people that didn't do that. They're like, next is Act 3. Still arguing over what to do with...
our standard.
Yeah.
All right. So as you leave Stellar Cartography, following Ensign LaSalle, you hurry down a curved corridor to the turbo lift. He cranks open the door with the emergency hand actuator, and stepping inside, you gain access to the horizontal shaft of the emergency hatch. The hum of the auxiliary power system drowns out the echo of your footsteps on the deck plating, and you walk for about 15 minutes where it drops down to deck 4. So we're going to have to climb down the turbo shaft. So this is going to require control and fitness. But
Really?
difficulty.
Climb a ladder? Come on, I'm a fat guy. I can handle the ladder.
This is a very tricky ladder.
Control and fitness? Those are both attributes.
Yeah, it says control and fitness. Control.
Because that'll give me a lot, like
Oh,
17.
yeah, that's weird. Maybe command and fitness. No, that doesn't make. Yeah, that's requires a task. So the task is control plus fitness.
I'll take it. I got a 17, so I'm
Okay, we are incredibly fit.
Yeah, success.
Okay. Okay. Roll control and fitness.
17 for you too.
Wow.
Roll.
Yeah.
Control and
I said the
fitness.
same
Yeah,
thing.
that might be a misprint. Yeah, because it would probably be.
I don't know what discipline would work for that, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
2 successes.
Okay.
No.
So you successfully succeed. All right. Yeah, only difficulty of 1. That must have been. Oh, that's interesting. That must be something else, because that's a weird fitness roll, because it's going to be very high. Okay. So so you successfully climb down. So at the bottom of the turbo shaft, there's a half open door at the corridor.
Every door on this ship is halfway open.
Yeah, because you succeeded. So I guess you should roll for everybody though, right? Control. Control and fitness 19. Success. All right.
You fail and you're out.
And the ensign's been practicing the whole time, so we won't roll for him. But so we haven't made any sound. So you can approach this half-open door, and you see 2 Romulans are standing guard outside the main engineering. All right. You can decide. So they haven't noticed you. So they're standing guard and they haven't noticed you. So you have.
All right. What do you want to do? How do we get rid of them? Shoot them? Shall we shoot them?
Or you can try to hand them. I think.
That's probably not good.
Or parlay.
Oh yeah, everyone's unarmed is pretty small.
Safest option would be to stun them. Yes.
Yeah, I figure stun them and then we can talk to the commander and say, "You're all alone."
Nice.
Let's do it.
All right. Cool.
During the first round of combat, no. So we can keep the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And I guess you guys are. We'll give you a round because you're basically. They didn't notice you. Didn't make any sound coming down, so everyone can get a shot off before
Okay.
we take them. So we'll do kind of a surprise round.
All right. I'll steal 1 momentum. You can have one as well.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
Okay.
Go first. Alright. Shoot. Booyah! I got a 1, so I think it's like some kind of success thing.
3
Oh,
successes.
yeah. That's double. Yeah, that's
Double?
so that's a double success. So yeah, so 3
4
successes.
successes.
4 6. Okay, so wow. So you only needed 1 because they're not in cover. So you had 4 successes. So that's 3 more momentum, and you had 3 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you only. So that's more.
Can I spend some of this momentum right away to do like extra damage?
Extra damage,
Make sure
yes.
that they're stunned.
Yes.
Okay.
So roll. Yeah. So roll your 5. So who do you want to shoot
I'll
at?
take the one closer to me then.
Okay.
So that's 4, and then I spend.
And you roll 1 more. It's 5.
I'm gonna spend the momentum.
Nope.
Okay, 4.
And then what does the momentum give me for extra damage?
Extra, yeah, one momentum, 1 extra damage, and if you do 5, you stun them.
Done. 5.
Okay.
1 extra damage. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Can I have the
Oh, yeah,
special
yeah,
dice?
sure.
Yeah.
The special.
So if you don't use the special dice, you can actually. There is.
Yeah,
like
1,
a-
2, 5,
Yeah.
and 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like we've got 4 momentum. Feel free to spend as much as you like.
No, I'm just saying like people who don't buy the special
Oh,
Modiphius
Yes.
die. Yeah, you can actually use regular die
Yes.
Yes.
or regular dice. But I don't want to.
Whoa! You can re-roll 1 more. You get 5. So that was only 4. So roll 1 more. Re-roll 1. Yeah. There's 1 okay.
damage.
1 damage.
Damn.
Yeah, but you can spend. You can spend all 4 of these if you want to knock him out.
Momentum because we need him down.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright. Look at
Hey,
all
he's
this-
out!
Why make it the momentum? Make it the momentum.
All right, so both of those guys are out. All right.
Okay, now jump down, go to a panel. Oh, is the commander somewhere nearby?
Yeah, the store is closed, but yeah, the commander is supposed to be in engineering. Yes.
Okay, can I use the computer panel to take a look in with the security feed and see if she is actually in engineering?
I think with auxiliary power, unless
Is there like a port door, like a window on the
no,
door?
there's no way to see. And actually, how do you, there's the door here.
I mean, I could restore power if need be
How?
with my amazing engineering skill. I actually have a move called Restore Power.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
I thought. Okay.
if I restore power, I mean, in one way or the other, we're gonna have to eventually restore power to move the ship. But my thought is, I'll restore power from this thing. That will immediately tell the commander where we are.
Right.
Right? How about you just wait to this on either side of the door, so when she comes in,
Yeah. Sounds good.
going
all
straight
right,
at her.
all right.
Okay. So I'll go in
right.
here. I'll close the door behind me, and I will attempt to restore power
Okay.
to the ship.
And you guys are gonna.
Yeah.
line
Zang,
up?
me and
Okay.
Zang.
Okay.
Zang gang.
All right, and Ensign is gonna take cover in the turbo.
She can
All right.
succeed at cost. All right, so I need 2, and on success, the ship gains 1 power plus 1 additional power per momentum spent.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I have a focus and power system, so 1 success should be enough for
Yes.
me, theoretically. But that's 4 successes. So.
Oh, all right. Okay, so the ship is very powerful, and it probably would have the difficulty would have only been 1 with your ability.
Cool.
So 4 successes. So yeah, so 3 momentum. All right. Yeah. So everything comes back to life. So yeah, you have control of at least everything here. So if it's Power 1, we'll just say this level. So yeah, you have all the doors and access to everything that's going on.
Also turn on the engines to power the ship? I can upgrade it to like Power 2, 3, or 4.
No. Let's say the engines actually need repaired. Okay. They actually will need repaired before they can actually be restored to power. Okay. So you've still got the subspace interference, but the ship's functions. So you don't have sensors, but you do have all the ship's functions now.
Okay.
On this level are working. So doors and all that stuff.
Rock and roll.
All right. So you've attracted the attention of.
Dun, dun, dun.
And 2 2 more guards you guys I'll spend for some reinforcements just to make it fun. So so through the door comes
someone can't count.
Thanks, Zang.
Yeah. I thought there were only 3. So so they must have been hiding somewhere, but there are 2 reinforcements with her. So they come so that they come in. They're headed for here, but so they make it through. All right.
Throw down your arms. Throw down your disruptors.
Oh.
Zang, why don't you say that? Because my presence is very low.
I'm behind a closed door. And I'll say it really loudly.
You hear through a closed door.
I had vigilance, so I was ready.
Okay. And so
it's 3 on 3 right now, and 1 more will be joining in a moment. So.
Well, I thought the ensign is kind of hard.
he might when his turn comes he'll step
Sir
up.
also appearing in this film.
All right, so the commander. So whatever Zhang says, the commander just says this ship is ours. Is all the sub commander Dahl says, and she just starts approaching you.
Fire at will, commander.
Is any of this momentum left, or did you spend it all?
No, you got
there's 3.
3 momentum
you generated
here
a bunch from the
determination too. Feel free.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 1 to stun.
Okay.
1 success.
All right. Okay. Well, but that's enough to that would be enough to hit because she wasn't in cover.
Right.
So go. Oh, yeah, we haven't been rolling resist though, but I don't think anybody. I think. Oh, she does, but I don't think nobody else had resistance, so we're okay. And nobody was.
And what's this spending momentum do?
Additional damage. Yeah, you can add damage per point of momentum. You can add damage after you roll. Well, no, after you roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't make it, you don't have any. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
And you can roll 1 more. Yeah, because it's 5, right?
Right.
I don't know what
So
happened, but
already,
I walked into somebody saying, you can roll 1 more.
It's already 5.
5,
yeah.
5 with 2 additional. 6.
6.
Yeah, forget that.
All right.
Falls on
But
stunned.
she does have resist 3, so
Zang's
she gets
stop, she's already stunned.
She's already stunned.
You can't stun her anymore.
And I got 2 effects.
Oh yeah. So 2
Whatever that means.
effects, but she resists 3 of those.
Yeah.
And she had resist
There's
3.
No way she's left.
But okay, so the attack strikes the sub-commander square in the chest, causing you to imagine a debilitating injury or be completely stunned. But with immense resilience, Denal shakes off the attack and continues to fight. For a reaction like that, it is clear to you that you are not dealing with a regular Romulan.
Dun dun dun. I hate to say
so you've ambushed her and she just completely resisted.
Shrugged it right off.
Yes. So what will happen? So tune in next time on Star Trek Adventure Starter Set.
Thank you.
Artemis Hands Theater.